Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we will be discussing The Walking Dead, and we will be discussing the differences between the governor from the comics and the governor from the show. Now, there aren't a lot of differences between the governor from the show and the comics, not as much as Carol anyways. One of the main biggest differences is the governor in the comics is more ruthless, more evil, and he gets his arm cut off in the comics and his left eye in the comics, I believe. And in the show, it is his right eye, I believe. The governor in the comics definitely does some more evil things, such as SAing Michonne multiple times and doing horrible things to her. That whole scene in the comics was very hard to read. It was just disgusting. And then Michonne, she definitely got her get back. She cut off his arm, took his eye. I can't really talk about how she did those things because it was really nasty. She also cut off his thang, if you know what I mean. In the show, he does SA Maggie, but it's not as bad as what is shown in the comics. He goes all the way with Michonne in the comics, and he doesn't take it as far in the show. Now, what he did in the show is absolutely terrible, and I'm glad that he died in the show and in the comics. Now, the governor's death in the show is a little different from the comics, because in the comics there is a novel about the rise of the governor, and that has characters that are shown in the 2 solo episodes of season 4 for the governor, but they're completely different in the novel and they're completely different in the show, such as Tara. She's in the novel for just a little small segment with her sister. I forget her sister's name, but in the comics, Lily Cole is the one that ends up killing the governor. She shoots him in the head and then pushes him into a pack of roamers. In the comics, Michonne shoves a sword into the governor's back, saving Rick's life, and then I think her name is also Lily, but she's pretty different in the show. She comes up with a pistol and shoots him in the head, and then the walkers devour her. Now, in the show, the governor does have a lot more control over everyone, and people know what they're doing more in the show at Woodbury than in the comics. In the comics, the governor just takes them, throws them at the prison, and they die, and then he retreats, and then he goes back to the prison, and then everybody dies. In the show, he's kind of more controlled with all of that. In the comics, he's kind of more, how do you put it? He's like a wild card. You don't know what he is going to do. It's just, if it happens, it's because he chose some dumb reason to do it. Like in the comics, he just wanted to kill Rick. Like he just wanted to kill everybody there. Like he didn't care how they died. In the show, he kind of had a little bit of a plan until that very end leading up to his death, when he just completely lost it and was like, hey, run the tank through the fences, we can repair it, and like he just killed everybody. The governor in the comics is definitely more evil and way more of a worse person, and the one in the show, he is still evil, but he's still not even close to how evil the comic is. That is pretty much all of the differences that I remember for the governor from the comics versus the show. That'll be it for this video. I will see all of you in the next one. See ya.